over. It should be over here somewhere.
He's trying to hit the back group, I think.
Yeah.
Get enough vertical height here to.
I don't know how high this thing is.
Well, if you schematic of Skyreach Castle, you're kind of like on this tower, firing against battlements there, and then down. So
something in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay, so that's a miss, I think.
So he just fires indiscriminately into the courtyard.
Yeah, he can't see.
You can.
You just tell him to aim at your head and fire the cannon.
Slightly over.
Some acid hits like a bunch of stones over here.
Sieging the castle.
a little bit of snow falls off one of the battlements. All right, Slake is just gonna.
It's a 15-foot radius acid blast that happens. Yeah, it's when I do it, it's concentrated.
Slake is gonna basically play punching bag with this wyvern. Drop your bags! I mean, on that first slam, AC 28 hits, and then there's a critical threat, which crits, so we'll just roll that damage. Bludgeoning, reduce crit, target stunned for 1 round. It doesn't roll a 20, so it's stunned. So two damages from Slake. So 2d6 plus 80. It's 85 damage. And the wyverns have
100, don't they?
They do. All right, it's stunned, which means it's easier for Slake to hit that last time, and as it's stunned, he just smotes it. He grabs its head and smashes it and throws it to the ground. Slips a little bit because 9 dex damage. Cult survivors, if there are any. This guy bleeds. Sonny.
Widget, the giants are heading towards you.
I hear them.
Dush, 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 dush.
Sonny.
I saved a wyvern. Do you know which one magicked the bolt that went through your head? Or the head of your image?
Not sure. Did not get to see it. It might be the ballista itself.
Brennos was mentioning something about, they had leaders of some variety.
Well, they look like idiots to me.
Agreed. Sunny is going to... actually, that might be fun. How large is the ballista?
A ballista is normally a huge crossbow, so their ballista is a gargantuan object. Yep.
I can control that. Please don't break it.
Why are you... Get out of my mind. Why are you living
like with my mind every round?
There's lots of them. It's just there weren't enough giants to man the whole castle. There is a point to having servants help you.
It's a giant castle. What are you gonna do? We could
simulacra.
We could have dungeons in the castle. We don't even notice that they grew. All right. So
I'll make you some whispering simulacra.
I see treasure piles and I just see how many simulacra I have.
You see ice cubes.
Yeah, like, oh look, dragon.
Simulacra. All right. Sunny's going to, I don't know, He's going to turn himself invisible.
Okay.
Just in case, because he did, like, I don't want them going like, hey, the bat. We're going to go flippity flappity. We're going to fly basically up and try to see if I can understand what the heck. I'm trying to get on top of the thing.
Yep.
I've got 120-foot fly speed, so.
Widget.
Widget's going to not use the greater invisibility. He's going to activate the invisibility on his ring, so he doesn't use up all the rounds of that stuff. And is going to see if you can get an angle on where the giants would be coming in from. Like, see if you can see where they, like, if you can get an eye line to that.
Yeah, there's a wooden in the center. There's a wooden set of stairs that leads downwards to the second floor. Let me just get my bearings here.
Like, how many stories are there between them and us than me? Because based on the other drawing, I think there's like up to like 3 stories.
So look at the first floor.
Main floor?
First
floor. Okay.
So there's this. The staircase goes down to here, and it looks like they go underneath. So that wall actually is really far down. That's confusing.
It is confusing. So they would be on the main floor then?
Yeah, they're gonna come out on the. Nope, because there's no walkway there. So I think they're gonna come out 2 floors below you.
Okay. 2 floors it is.
Yep.
The map is mighty complex, and I don't. It might be one of those the drawings where the staircases go everywhere, but it doesn't work. It might be one of those.
Yep.
Okay. We're just going to.
Oh, this staircase going down and then it going down again kind of makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah. We're going to just move.
Cue the Benny Hill music, and they're coming.
Yeah. I'm going to basically position myself so I can see down the stairs to see if I can get an eye line on them.
Yep. It's a nice, beautiful mahogany, well-oiled set of stairs that leads down. They're going to come up one at a time, though, so you've got a really nice place to be. The stone giants, you've got a radiant action done?
No, I cast a spell and I moved.
Okay, Stone Giant Clan, yeah, they're moving. So these group has moved in, and they're now climbing a set of stairs. You can hear them roaring. These guys are reloading. These guys are now inside the tower, and they move through the tower, and they're running to join the others. These ones are all running up the stairs.
Do you want me to put them in a line?
Yeah. Nope, stop moving. They're not all on top of each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're flooding up the stairs. And definitely coming in this way, which would bring them kind of into the hallway that leads into where Widget is.
Oh, is that door open or closed?
That door is closed.
Right.
Yeah, that's protection.
This wyvern's calling for escape. He's gonna escape, just like the Druid Volcanica told him.
He was told.
And he's got he's got some token treasure in his saddlebags to equal his CR for some other future adventures. To attack. Yeah.
Be a wyvern on a quest.
Why is his pockets all stuffed full of gold? Don't ask too many questions. All right, Cloud Giants. They're standing there and watching this melee. Almost like they're expecting the Stone Giants to do the work for them, to repel the invaders. Thogrim and Howie.
So these guys are about to rush Widget. I'd like to use a wall of stone just to clog that entire area up.
That's funny. Okay.
Stone giants, huh?
Yeah, so you create a wall of stone in front of the door.
Yeah, so this it's a 13th level, so it should be really thick, enough to like.
So you get 1 5-foot square per level.
So that's enough to cover
you
the
get
door
13
area.
5-foot squares. The wall is 15 feet wide and 15 feet tall, so that's 9 squares. So you can make it a little bit extra thick in the middle.
Yeah.
And then it's 1 inch per 4 casters, so it would be 3 inches thick, 6 inches in the middle. So it's like 5 inches thick. Is like the.
And what's the hit
That's
point?
pretty good.
Hardness 8 and how many hit points?
It would be hardness 30, and 75 hit points.
Hardness
8,
30?
Hardness 8, 75 hit points.
Why is it the hardness so big?
Hardness 8.
8.
Oh, okay.
Stone. The strength check DC is 30.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, they're just going to batter it down. The first one does.
Unless you're an Ooker build, it's always better just to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So,
so that was
we did
Thogrim,
that.
cast spell. Yep. What else?
When there is so this door is open, right? Wrong window. This door is open. You said?
This
Or did
one,
witches
this one
just
is
fly
not.
around?
This one is. Yep.
Oh, okay. In that case, we'll just. I can't reach that. I can't fly that far. Fly around. Oh yeah, no, we're not doing that. Well, he's gonna fly here and then fly around the other round.
Hello, Master. What are your orders? Standing by.
Reload. We're gonna be firing on some giants very briefly. Fly out between those two towers and aim down onto the bridge across.
So
I'm telling him to go over here.
reload in action, flying 15 feet and flying 15? Or does he fly at 30?
He flies at 30.
Okay.
Before it was because he went up. So he's going to actually...
Okay.
Yeah.
That's there. Slake. One of them got away!
He didn't take the treasure with him, did he? Or the chest?
He didn't take the chest with him, but he had some saddlebags, so, you know, the few hundred gold pieces of treasure that... So greedy compared to the hundreds of thousands of gold pieces in that dragon's lair.
A million gold pieces with crap in the basement.
Slake is punching the doors open. He'll spend 2 actions doing that. Takes him 2 actions to kind of crack the door open enough. For him to slip in. Cult of Survivors. Don't know if there are any. Sunny Mistra.
Sunny is going to... he's looking at... he sees this. He's like, oh, there's a wall there. That'll slow him down a little bit. What's going on over here?
They are in the process of reloading the crossbow.
Now, that bolt had magic on it. Do any of them look like casters?
They are not wiggling their hands, and none of them have funny hats.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
All right. So he's like, what the heck? How did they make it magic? Are you just drinking little things? Because that's not really magic, you know. That's, you know.
All alchemists are like, shut up!
38.
You do see one of them with a potion in hand. It's kind of like a little leather bag that he's got ready.
Okay.
Disintegrate that.
I think
Spike.
the blue one's taller than the dome.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sunny's going to fly under here, like so he's below this.
Yeah, you can hear the roar of the giants running around. Roar! All the bear is roaring. Widget. You can hear them stamping, and then you can hear like the thunderous boots of the giants coming outside the door. Like, fuck.
Well, ain't this some shit? I don't know what else I'm going to use the fucking thing. Widget's going to...
You could also hear Slake has battered the door open and like is stepping through the door back this way.
Slake, you're immune to poison, right?
Yeah.
Alright, right, perfect. We're just gonna fly out here, and he's drawn a scroll of cloud kill.
I have that spell. I was going to use it next.
Okay.
We're gonna gas that room that all the giants are coming in. Fun with that. What else am I going to use like a casual level 9 scroll of cloud kill?
Which ones are you gonna guess?
Oh no, I moved and drew a scroll.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I guess I've got the scroll out and I've moved. I haven't.
Okay. The clan Stoneskin finishes reloading their crossbow, and then they're moving in. These ones are moving up a floor. They're just down below you this round, widget. And then this group, 2 of the giants, you know, blasting at this door. You can hear them chipping away. And there's a cluster of bears, stone giants. There's one in the back, kind of herding the bears up. They're kind of stuck.
Slake, I know you don't like hearing this, but they're not very good at fighting casters. So if you were a caster, life would be a lot easier here.
I feel bad for what I'm about to do.
The wyvern is calling fair escape, removing the wyverns from the initiative. The cloud giants are watching with curiosity. Thelgrim and Howie.
Already? Okay. Okay. Thulgrim's going to fly around here. This. Sorry, do I still have cover from this tower against this catapult or not?
Yeah, you can't see that tower.
Oh, okay. Okay, how big is this thing? It's 20-foot radius. Okay, we're gonna cloud kill these guys. And which direction does the cloud kill move? Just away from you?
Down and follows the wind. It's a weird one.
It's down and follows the wind.
So
yeah,
Just like that. Down to go.
There's the stairs.
Further away from the point of origin where you cast the spell.
In that case,
it sinks. Go down sinkholes.
Go a little bit more, 20 more feet left. Go that way, so it'll travel in that direction.
So you're gonna do it where?
No, right where it was. Get those couple of giants in the beginning.
Okay.
So I moved. Cast a spell.
What's the DC of the save?
This close 5. 23. Sorry, 22.
22? Okay. So 1 failed, all of them made it. I'm going to roll a d4. So it doesn't matter. They all take 1 con.
Brilliant.
It's really good.
And the dire polar bears are high enough hit dice they don't die automatically. And the one that you caught this round also fails, takes 1 con. Alright, and they're obscured a little bit, but they're all choking and coughing.
So can Howie shoot that?
So you had to move.
No, he can't.
And you had to move.
I moved and cast.
I moved and cast. Okay.
No, I'm back here. I'm flying.
Okay. So
Howie's he can't see that. Can the servants can they fly?
No.
Can they sit on Howie?
4 of them can.
They pop out. They aim Howie. Howie fires.
Okay, what's Howie firing at? He's like not.
Oh, he can see through here and aim at this.
He can only see 30 feet, dude.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Never mind. 4 guys pop out. They're sitting on top of Howie.
Okay.
Because there will be firing happening very soon.
Nice. Slake. Slake's gonna go back up Widget wherever he is. Oh, stupid pipsqueak.
Perfect. It's gonna get really stinky in there.
Whatever. He's gonna.
You sure you're okay with poison, right?
Yeah. He looks down at the cultist who's lying there. Instead of ready to action, he kicks the cultist. Killing him. Stupid wizards! Okay, cult survivors. Just be removed from the initiative. It's too good for him. Sunny. Sunny's on a little mission.
He's gonna fly up here. He's gonna hide and peek over the top. See what he.
Okay, see one of them holding a potion, and the others are moving the ballista in the direction of the fighting.
I'll fly back down under the crenellation.
Yep. Widget.
Well, look at that. There's nobody I can affect with the spell, so it won't wreck my invisibility. I'm going to create a cloud kill at the top of the stairs here in this room. It's a great cloud kill in that room.
Okay, and you can see it all starting to funnel down the stairs.
Yeah, choke at it, you. Choke at it, you bastard.
All right, Clan Stoneskin. These guys are battering down the door. They can do with 3 swings. I'll do average just to do some math. So let's see. They got 1 swing off last round. And with each a swing, they're doing 9. After hardness, it's 4, so they're doing 13 damage per swing. So they've done 6 swings this round, and 2 swings last round is 8. So 13 times 8. Yeah, they batter down the wall of stone.
Yeah, is it a square? Each 5-foot square. It's not the entire wall.
They've battered down a hole, which they're now trying to expand. Okay. They're about halfway through the second square. And this bear is moving back out of the... moving back away from the stinkiness. These 2, unfortunately, are trying to surge forward, but there's nowhere for them to sit, and they're still in the cloud.
They can hang off the icy sides.
These guys don't have a target. So one guy's ready to feed a potion to another guy, and another guy's ready to fire. And they're waiting. They're waiting on a target. A few curious cloud giants watching the fight. Thogrim Howie.
Okay, Thorgrim's gonna vital strike the guy. Yeah, he can see right here.
Okay, so these 2 didn't leave the cloud, so they need to make fortitude saves. We're gonna do this on your turn.
Yeah.
Both succeed. Give me a d4.
Sorry, I closed our.
I'll
roll it for me, please.
4, so they take
2
con each. And then I think the cloud moves 10 feet.
It moves 10 feet and it goes away from the origin point and prefers going downhill.
So I was over here. It mean it would go like this way.
Okay.
Cloud kills kind of move cinematically. There's a spell where you can screw it up pretty easily.
Yep. The bears are moving. Maybe they're fine noses. They're moving away from the cloud, and there's still only one in it. All right, now Thorgrim, what is your action? This was just the activity of the cloud.
30 something touch on the giant. This is my cannon. 15d6 plus 33.
This front giant. Okay.
Yep. 87 is 130 damage.
Okay.
Then I do it again.
Give me a second.
But not a mythic, not a vital.
He needs to make a fort save or die. He doesn't die. He stops hitting the wall of stone.
If anyone's wondering, I'm using a spell that makes it energy and it makes it a size category larger, splash, but then I have a feat that multiplies my damage by 1.5 if it's only one target. I do it another attack. 5,
Same giant?
6. Yeah.
Okay.
A hit.
Is this also an acid hit?
This is an acid, but it's not. It's 28 becomes 30, 42.
Okay, you kill this giant. He gets with 2 acid balls. You could see his ribs, and a bunch of liquid starts flowing out of his body as it's putrefied.
Can Howie keep firing in the same spot?
You can instruct him to, yeah.
Just keep firing, Howie. He'll just fire twice. There's enough actions with the crew to do that.
So in the same spot here?
I'm hoping he's going to hit somebody in the back. Oh, but he's going to actually do a 15-foot reach, so he'll actually be able to hit those 3 guys if...
I'm confused. Are you targeting a specific square, or are you
the same square? Like don't move out from where I shot and just keep firing. You'll be able to fire twice.
Okay, specifically which square?
Which square? I would target this one. Or come on, this one.
Okay. Howie can't see it. It's 75 feet away.
Yep.
And to target a specific square is AC 5, and then there's a bunch of like cover and shit, so AC 9.
Mm-hmm.
Plus whatever range. And this
no range, 21. Then his second shot is...
Okay, he's blind, so he misses on that first one.
Okay, the second shot is... possible hit.
And then misses on the next one. So he ends up hitting different areas.
Stuff. Keep firing, Howie. Good job. Good job.
Thank you, Master. I endeavor to be the best cannon ever.
It's like aiming at whoever's around, like, shh, don't tell him he's missing.
Sonny? You're muted, Adam, if you're trying to...
I am trying to talk to you, and I am muted, so that is unfortunate. Sunny is... So everybody else gets to cast their cloud kill. I want a cloud kill too.
Oh my goodness. You guys are you guys are like toxic gassing the castle.
So
I'm waiting till next level. I'm going to use Hungry Pit and then cast Cloud Kill down the pit.
I'm going to cloud kill just the top of this and then fly away. Fly down over here.
Okay, so you you screw it with those cloud giants a little bit.
Stone giant.
I think you turn visible, right?
I do turn visible.
Okay.
Yeah, my visibility didn't last very long.
It's a bat!
No. No.
Eat the bat.
All right. I'm assuming. Yeah, they'll have way more hit points. So the thing about Cloud Kill that it's not dismissible. That's the thing. If you screw it up. All right. So my saving throw DC on a Cloud Kill is not as good as my other saves. It's only a DC 22.
Okay, 2 failed.
Nice.
Okay. So 4 con.
Beautiful.
2 con, 4 con,
Nicely done.
4 con, and
See,
2 con.
It looks like it has to go uphill to leave their little spot there. So it might just sort of hang out in that little...
Jump off, guys.
And they would have got their ready to action off if the Cloud Kill didn't obscure their vision, so they didn't get the True Strike ballista off at the little bat before you dip down. You're lucky.
As the French say, c'est dommage.
Widget. Your Cloud Kill starts going down the stairs and is now getting the guys going up the stairs. So roll your damage for your Cloud Kill as it's sort of funneling.
DC 17.
Okay.
4 damage.
Oh, 4 con damage. Damn it.
So it's likely going to just be 2, but it's still. Yeah.
1. What was it? 20 what?
Widget's is DC 17. It came from a scroll.
Okay.
This Shadow Weave scroll that we got a long time ago in another campaign. We're just cleaning up the treasure pile.
It's interesting that I've got you guys doing that, digging deep into your.
Well, I have a feeling that there's going to be another conflict this day.
Yeah.
It just,
Okay, so this one's actually like funneling down the stairs. They're all choking. They're gonna run up the stairs, but then they find Slake is standing there. So 2 of them will actually get to move up to Slake and hit him with clubs. The other 2 trying to ascend the steps are still caught in the Cloud Kill.
Are we making an UPA on initiative?
It was Widget. Oh, Widget needs to get to go. So what's Widget doing?
All right. Widget is going to. So far, nobody's been able to really see the invisible things. We're going to actually cast a greater invisibility.
Okay.
And move in.
All right. Now these guys move all the way up. The thing is funneling down, so there's 2 still caught in the cloud at the end of their turn. And then these guys are pausing a little bit down below because they're not too sure about the cloud. Them opening the door might be causing the cloud to suck towards them, though, so they might get it anyways. But the stone giants that run up to Slake are definitely hammering at him with their clubs. AC 20 and 22 are not enough to get through Slake's AC, even with the penalty for having a -9 dex. Shout all you got! Shout all you got! This clan, it's all hacking and coughing, and they're trying to get air. I think they're going to try to tough it out. They are pushing the ballista forward to kind of be on the edge of the cloud so that they can fire it. And one of them will drink the potion. So they still have a ready to action now at the end of it, and then the ones that are trying to batter down the door manage to batter 2 5-foot spaces, so they have enough to squeeze through. and this one guy can't quite get out of the cloud. Oh, actually he can, because it's moved a little bit. And then the bears don't like the cloud, and they're all like, they're running away from the sticky cloud.
See, this is when the cloud kill's way less bad when the civilians in the castle have like freaking 14 hit dice.
Yeah, if these were the second level guards, it would just be death. Man, you guys are handling this triumphantly. I'm gonna cap this at 10 rounds, because I'm pretty sure by 10 rounds we'll know how the fight has gone. Pilgrim and Howie.
He's gonna continue firing again.
We don't plan to stand in a row and trade giant boulders for freaking cannon shots, because that's just gonna end bad.
That was gonna end very badly for everybody.
Yep.
Okay, so these guys took his spot. Bad idea. I can see him or not? Yeah, I can see his edge. All right, a vital strike to that guy.
This guy?
First guy here. It's 38 to touch.
Yeah, you hit him.
95 times 1.5. 147, I believe. 147, 42, 142.
142 damage. Incapacitates that cloud giant, or sorry, stone giant.
Okay. And I can see the guy behind him. So I fire. How he reloads, I fire again. Reloads, aim, I fire. 20.
Okay, your cloud kill is now kind of rolling down this hallway. This one giant looks very concerned. Looks like he's going to try to jettison up the stairs.
Okay.
Although parts of it might be angling down towards the bears. There might be a nice, like, natural path just down the stairwell. And how much damage on the next one?
Becomes 40. So that becomes 16. 48 on the second guy behind him.
Okay. He's looking over and looking at you.
That's it, I'm done. Howie's going to reload for him. Aim. Fire at the same location. Fire at the same location. Same square. He will fire it at the square.
Okay. He's firing at the creature or just the spot on the ground?
Square. This is the same spot I was firing.
Okay.
He's doing AoE damage.
Got
It's
it.
like a fireball.
That.
AC 9.
25.
Hits, maybe.
D2.
Misses.
Okay.
And maybe hits. He hits. So
Hits,
what's the area of effect of that?
So the acid does 15 feet.
Okay, so it gets all three of them. And how much damage?
Creatures can have the splash damage. They can have it with a reflex save. The DC of this is in 1 sec. I'll have it for you. It's 18 plus 23. DC 23 reflex. They can have the damage.
Okay, roll the damage. Let's go.
Okay, DC of those, I think it's a full damage. 66 plus 11. 39.
Okay, so the guy that was being hit kind of jumped out of the way a little bit, but he still got splashed. 82 and 3 con, and the other guy gets 19 damage. Or and he gets the full thing.
39.
40.
If he failed.
Yep. Okay, 2 badly injured giants are there. I'm doing it, sir! I'm doing it!
Keep firing, Howie. Excellent work.
Slake is going to Does he overrun? He goes into his stance. He does have some rage left in the tank. He's going to rage as a free action, and then he's going to overrun 2 giants. I think there's an AOO in there from his movement. He does not get hit. Slakes a raging overrun against the first giant. Knocks a giant down. And knocks a giant down with a 59 and a 50. The stone giants have CMDs of 30. So he's beating it not by 10s, or by 10, he's beating it by 15 and 20.
20.
No, 20 and 25. So these
Nice.
giants are down. They each take from him bumping into them. 1d8 plus 27. No, sorry. Raging. He does more damage. 1d8 plus 30 plus 15. So 46 damage. So he tosses his armor spikes into them as he's running over them for 50 damage and 46 damage. And then he gets an AOO on both of them. One is a critical threat, which is a critical hit. An amazing critical is 3d6 plus
This is stupid damage.
42 plus 42 plus 42. He does 139, so he brains this one dead as he falls down. And then attacks the other one for 1d6 plus 42 damage, doing 45 damage to that one for a total of 99 and 4 con. He's still alive, but barely. And that was 3 actions, so Slake is done. Fuck you!
Angry beast, man.
He is. It's like
Giant Slayer indeed.
Sonny and Mistra. From the outside, you just hear lots of commotion in the tower.
Alright, so we are going to sneak our way. If we flew that way, we're going to flying sneak around underneath the top so they can't see me, but I'm sneaking around at the top.
Yep. You need to beat DC 26 and you get a +4 cover bonus. Stealth.
Oh,
You're just
yeah,
sneaking.
so yes.
Okay.
I'm tiny and Dexy and yeah.
Where'd the rat go? I don't know. They're yelling in giant about a bat and coughing. Okay, so they didn't escape your thing, which is just swirling around in a horrible torrent. So they need to make their saving throws.
23.
2 failed.
Um,
6
brutal.
con, and then that guy made it, so he's got 6 con, and then the next guy made it, so he's got 4 con loss, trying to get a breath, and then the other guy failed, and he's got 8 con. Okay, they seem to want to abandon this area.
2 guys failed, right?
Yeah, I got him.
Oh, nice.
It's just not the same 2 guys, so
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Your math, man.
And it's just kind of going around in a circle. You're pretty sure when they open that hatch, it's going to go down the hatch where they want to go. So Sonny's just moving around.
Yep.
Widget. These guys are still on the spiral staircases, and the pounding at this door has stopped. You can hear a lot of coughing. You can actually see that, like, through the gap.
Yep. So Widget is doing
And
mental
and they're going like this because they're getting hammered by acid, and there's all sorts of acid splashing everywhere, and there's a bunch of bubbling, fizzing goop from like the giants that are dying from the acid. Oh yeah, this one would have taken the acid damage because he was unconscious and didn't get a saving throw. So there's 2 dead leaking giants. Liquefied
gonna-
giants.
Fly forward.
Okay, and you're guarding
around
the
the side of the
gap.
door that's not broken.
Yeah.
And he's gonna ready to whack the guy as he goes squeezing. While squeezing, he's gonna club the guy with the Ripsaw Glaive.
Okay, so yeah, Clan Stoneskin. This guy is squeezing through.
Okay, I'm gonna take the. I'll take my ready to attack and my AOO.
Okay.
Plus 26. AC 32.
That hits.
Squeezing. Nice.
Then the next one would be a little bit lower. AC 30.
Also hit.
Okay. 72 damage.
26.
2 is 6. 76. Okay, very injured. Kind of knows where you are now, but pushes a little bit further so his friend can get in. His friend is now has squeezed in. There is an AOO. I don't know if you've got combat reflexes or
I
not.
do have combat reflexes.
This one's really hurt. He's breathing bad and coughing up
yes.
stuff.
Oh, AC 26 while squeezing.
The squeezing AC of the giant. Yeah, these things have AC 24, so AC 20 is the squeeze AC.
Nice. 33 damage.
33 is 85 and 115 with 3 con. That knocks that giant out, so he's actually kind
Cleaving
of
finale into the other guy.
cleaving finish. Yep.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Critical threat. Critical hit.
Okay, you half cut his neck open. He doesn't have the hit points left for this, so he falls over
it's,
dead.
It's going to be standard damage, so it's like 100 damage.
Nice, Widget! Now just appear so you're not a coward!
I take it on a good authority. I'm a fucking sneak thief, apparently.
The giant on the ground tries to take a swipe at Slake. He misses badly. He does the bad thing of standing up, and Slake's going to punish him for that. Wait, how many AOs? Slake took 2 AOs.
He only gets 2 AOs.
But but he has
9 dex damage.
That's right.
10 dex damage.
What does it matter? His con, he doesn't have dex.
Yeah, and he doesn't have.
So he might have already taken too many AOs.
Yeah, he has 1. No, I think he has at least 2 because of.
Combat reflexes gives you 1, and you have 1, so there's 2.
So 2.
Yeah, he
so...
took his 2. That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
It's a number equal to your dex bonus. So all combat reflexes does for him is let him take AOs while flat-footed right now.
Okay.
So one of them should have been less punched in the face. It's fine.
It's not going to change the outcome of this fight.
Yeah, this fight.
I might have missed a little, like a roll of the con damage from Widget. It doesn't really
Maybe
matter.
the guy's playing dead.
All right. So this guy stands up. He doesn't hit Slake. These two were in the Widget's thing.
No, they're 4.
They both make it, so they take half.
They take damage.
All right,
Good
they
time
take
to roll one.
a
Fine.
con damage. Oops.
Welcome to my world.
These guys who open door go, what the fuck? And they go running back out away from the cloud. These guys are running down the stairs away from the cloud because with all the bears, and this guy's running up this set of stairs to get away from the cloud as well. These assholes. One of them goes and opens up the hatch, and all the cloud starts going down into the hatch, while the others are actually precariously jumping up onto the crenellations and just kind of climbing to get out of the cloud. They are denied their decks right now as they're like holding on to the rocks and like try to cough up a lung, while this guy's he moved, opened, and then is pushing down into the room below, but then the cloud's coming in over his head. The cloud giants, if any of them are watching, they are watching very concerned. Thogrim and Howie.
Do I see any targets from where I am? Oh, I see these dudes. Oh, no, I can't even see these dudes. Can I see this guy? The guy who's run up the stairs on the up across the.
No,
you
he's
see him
probably
up
got
here?
some cover from that tower here.
Okay. Slake, Widget, you need any help down there? You said this door is open, right? Is this door large?
It's a big door. You could fly right in with Howie, yeah.
Right, we both get in there.
Okay, yeah, you see this thing is swirling down the steps, so you see one stone giant fighting Slake. It looks really injured, and you can hear
Brilliant minds think alike.
and you can hear some coughing in the area below.
Okay, we're going to.
I guess these giants move back down the stairs, like they were trying to move away from the cloud because they're afraid of it, and they're actually fleeing.
There's no way to see those guys, right?
No, they're a floor below.
Okay, let's collect here then. This giant. Can I see him?
Yep.
Okay, guys moved a little bit. All right, let's hit him. Yeah, 36. 1886, 33. 124.
You splash him with acid, and there's just a skull on top of his body, loosely knit with sinew and a little bit of bone, and the giant falls over backwards. Slake goes charging down through the poison.
Damn it, Slake!
to continue bringing the fight against these giants, and it's like the poison clouds coming with him. And he doesn't care. He is going to overrun this giant for like 50 damage. And I won't get him his AOO this time for the one that we gave him last time.
The physics of the universe.
Yep. Sunny and Mistra.
Do I press my luck?
Oh, sorry. Thogrim's cloud is actually descending the stairs now. It's like seeking lower, so it's flowing down the stairs. You pretty much have scared away the bears from entering the combat until your cloud kill is gone. Yep. And there's Widget's cloud kill.
The bears can be a friendly cloud giant problem.
Right. Yeah.
Or the druid. One day I prepare charm animal. I charm animal until I can't charm animal anymore.
I do have some of those spells ready because I am a druid.
Nice.
I can just make friends. All right. Oh, I do have that spell ready. Okay, let's just. I want to do the thing that looks cool. I want to be a cool guy doing a cool thing.
Sunny?
It is reflexing. Okay, so Sunny is going to flap up and gust to water the giants off of the tower, hopefully.
The ones that are climbing to get out of the... Okay, what do I have to roll?
So Sunny's going to fly into the cloud kill, because I'm a druid, so I'm immune to poison. Come and get me, boys! And then I'm going to basically blast these three with a tidal surge.
Okay.
So they need to make reflex saves DC 25.
All right, so they
they
need to roll 19s to make it. One of them does, but the other two don't.
Okay.
Did you have a life bubble up?
They are moved. The ones who fail are moved 7 squares away. Oh,
This way.
sorry, is that correct? No, it would be, sorry, they're moved 10 feet away. 1d4 times 5 feet away from you. So they're moved out that distance. And then they take damage equal to 66 right now. 20 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, and the one that made his save takes half the bludgeoning?
Takes half damage. And doesn't get moved.
Okay, they need to catch themselves while falling. The outside of castles are usually made not to climb. Fuck. They need to roll 18s or higher to catch themselves. Oh, one of them made it. The other one didn't. Okay, so this one is like, no. And he's just holding on the outside. You can see his fingers grasp. This one goes flying and then does this tumble off the roof. He falls down and then does a tumble off the roof and falls down again. That's probably around 12d6 damage as he's going to unceremoniously
42 damage.
land into, with his 8 con loss. So he's lying down there.
He's had a bad day.
He's had a really bad day. It's the bat! That's the one that's holding on by his fingers. The other one's like hugging one of the stones and gets covered in water. And then you can hear the guy choking to death down below. Okay, so that's.
Oh, how much did he lose?
Oh yeah, so the cloud chases him as it's kind of funneling downstairs.
2.
Pity.
23.
He gets 1 con.
Loses 1.
But he's already got 6 con damage for a total of 7 con damage. Right. So,
Cloud
what you're
kill day.
saying is the nerds of the party have no problem taking on, 20 CR8s. Or
Nope. Not
maybe
really.
18
Evidently
CR.
not.
Yeah, evidently not. It's just like
Non-caster.
magic!
Well,
Non-caster
we went
CR8s.
and did. What are all the spells we don't normally get a chance to use?
Things actually still
That's
following, so 2 stone giants enter the cloud again as it wafts over Slake as he's laughing at them.
1.
Okay, so 1 con apiece. What horrible
Widget is
conditions
going-
to have to fight in? What horrible conditions to have to fight in?
Oh, it is horrible. And what's more horrible is Widget's going to come around here and he's going to accidentally fireball Slake while getting those giants.
Fuck off with your magic! All right, reflex save for the giants.
28 damage.
Oh, the first 2 they both fail. One of their giant bags catches fire because with that critical with that 1.
All right, and that's what 8 healing for Slake.
Yeah, 8 healing for Slake
9 healing for Slake. Do math, nerd.
and 28 damage on the stone giants.
Nice. Very nice.
Sorry.
Didn't see you there.
You're not
Didn't see you through all the smoke.
Slake doesn't want any magic support, so we're accidentally hitting him with fire magic
That
to heal
heals
him, and he's pretty damaged still. So
All right, these giants are actually retreating to the tower, and they're like, "Whoa, pew!" They're going to try to help the guys that are hanging on. they have some loyalty. There's this guy is moving further down in the tower, like he can outrun the 10-foot around thing. So there's some doors being opened as he's running around. Actually, he runs back outside as the thing is swirling down, and he's really injured. There's a bat. There's a bat. Is what he keeps on saying in giant, coughing up blood, as one would do, and they have 7 con damage from breathing bad fumes. This giant, where is Sunny?
Sunny is
Sunny's
hiding
in the cloud, right? Okay. And these guys have moved into the tower, and there's still this thing. I think this guy is just fleeing to report to the cloud giant. He's like banging
The
on a
nerds
door,
are kicking our butts.
like let me in, kind of thing. No, they're not letting him in. And this this stone giant is bringing the polar bears back to their little hut.
I actually feel bad about Cloud killing the polar bears. I mean, they're horrible.
I gave him a chance to
carnivorous
leave.
beasts, but you know.
Thogrim and Howie. So Thogrim's cloud kill is going down the steps.
Okay. Thogrim, this way, Howie. Thogrim's gonna fly out and
Yes, master.
up a bit and aim at the giants. Can they hear me if I yell at them from here?
Yep.
Okay. Surrender!
Oh, you've broken their morale. They're running around coughing.
Surrender and we will not fire on you!
Okay,
They're not listening.
give me a charisma check.
Plus, do you speak giant?
They're currently pissing
Oh,
their
yeah.
pants.
I think Thogrim does speak giant. Yeah, he speaks a ton of languages.
He's got the
No,
Mhm.
he reads and writes a lot of languages. Speaking, I don't know, with his 10 charisma and 0 ranks in diplomacy.
Stop, I said.
Is that really speaking?
Yeah, he speaks giant.
Oh, I gave you
Roar,
a chance.
roar,
Oh, well.
He blurts out in giant.
He blurts.
Charisma check, huh? Let's just give you the D20 you're looking for. And a nat 20. So 20. It's total. It's just 20.
Just 20.
It's in that one.
Okay. You do see one of the stone giants over here raises his club in a non-threatening manner. He sees what you guys have done to him.
If they surrender, stop attacking them!
One of them says, "Call off your bat!"
All of you, if they surrender, halt the attack!
So Sonny's got like a really big chest inside of his poison cloud and the tiny little bash form.
Yep.
He's happy with himself.
So these two would have... I think I forgot to move them. This one would have stood in melee against Slake. Slake would have punched it. Another 50 damage, knocking that stone giant out. And then this stone giant has to make a con save. He makes it. He takes half of 1. He comes busting out of this cloud, coughing and running to his companions. Yeah, I think these giants are all throwing their clubs down. These two are helping these guys, scramble down off of their precarious perches, and this defeated gang of stone giants are all tossing their clubs onto the ground. You can see some of them lift up their bags full of like stones and just sort of dump them onto the ground. Like they seem to be surrendering. I'm just going to give them a giant yellow aura for the cowardice that they're showing right now.
How you like that, Fox? Diplomacy.
This giant is just simply bringing his bears back into the hut, and they're kind of disappearing into this building, and then this guy is crawling into the hut because he's really injured after breaking a leg falling from the parapet.
He points to the guy, Thogrim points to the guy that's on the other side. Like, see to your friend, I think he's still alive. The guy that was like the first guy I hit at the end.
Which one?
The first guy that I shot, but near the wall.
He died.
Him?
Yeah, he
Or
died.
he's bleeding out or something.
He's
Howie
bleeding.
AoE'd him to death.
No. This is the first guy I shot, which was way across.
Yeah, 148
Oh,
damage, and he
that
fell
guy.
down.
Okay, I was
You don't know what's
thinking
happening to him. This guy eventually gets let in, like cloud giants open the door and then close it. So there's one stone giant that's like telling the tale of something that's happening.
Did he see the surrender?
Right.
Did he see the surrender?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
saying,
hey, Mark, we're magically at the 10-round mark. It took a minute for Team Egghead plus Slake. I had a very injured Slake.
Well, if they did that, this would be a fucking cake.
All right. entertain the stream while I take a bio break, and then we will continue with the negotiation that goes on in the throne room, which may be a much different type of confrontation. It might be a little outclassed as opposed to underclassed, but we'll see in a moment. I'll be right back.
Don't worry, everybody blame me.
Just
oh,
remember,
Marty, what's the great
Just
position?
checking. You can go big again, can't you, Brennos?
don't worry, Eamon will protect. Oh.
Thug's like thinking, like, well, I can get out of here.
Brennos has no mythic points left.
Amadeus has 1 left.
I've got a lot, but
You,
stay close to me. If it comes out, I'll try to.
We're going to use our tongues. And
All right.
No, don't you except for him. Hey, I'll be RB.
Burb. Burb.
Always with those things.
See, I don't know who's freeze frame. It's
that
like look natural and don't make eye contact. Like it's like how hard is that?
just look at something on the lower part of your screen and click mute camera. Where is the throne room on the map? Oh, it's way up here. No, it's not.
Yeah, the diplomacy here. It's going to be like diplomacy, the queen, and intimidate everybody else.
Yeah.
Because
and there might be a. Oh, there's the throne room right there. 5th floor.
yeah, well, Brennos is very intimidating. You know.
Well, it might be as simple as, hey, you want us to deal with your ghost problem?
Hey, we killed your husband who kidnapped you after killing all of your family. That guy was a dick, right? We all agree that guy was, you know...
That's where we find out that's because I asked him to do that. My family was terrible. It's like,
oh,
So
the
sorry
stories.
about that. Oh, he was a gentle, loving man, was he?
Oh, he was.
Didn't
But he
seem that
murdered his
way.
wife. Yeah, that lady was crazy. I'm like, oh.
She's an evil worshiper of.
How many do I have? Oh, no. Yeah, the +3 diplomacy versus +34 intimidate.
Yeah, there's yeah, I know. Yeah.
I should put more ranks into diplomacy.
Maybe.
If the plan is to diplomize things, we should put some more ranks in. That -1 charisma is not.
That's not
Fairly good.
helpful. It's not. This is
Could be
not
better.
the diplomacy charisma group. Well, I guess that's not true, because Agony's got probably kick-ass charisma. I just don't know if he doesn't have skill ranks to spare.
He's a lot smarter now. He used to be kind of dum-dum dragon. He's still just he's just rocking ability scores.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I am a physical dragon.
I have the weight of a dragon. I have the presence of a dragon. I have the mind of a wyvern. 10 wisdom, 14 int.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't imagine why I keep failing fear saves. It's so shocker.
28 charisma. Holy
That's
holy
nuts.
Jesus.
He almost should take steadfast personality.
Yeah. To stop failing will saves.
Yeah, well, it only works on, I think, compulsion effects, but still, those are bad effects to fail.
Yeah. You know what I realized when I was going through my sheet, looking at the stuff I never use?
What's that?
We just got like a dominate person just waiting to be used all the time.
Well, hey. Mind you, when's the last time we ran into a person?
Giants are people.
All right.
Exactly.
So Mago from the center,
Marty, we can't hear you.
Alrighty. Mago from the center tower begins to lead the 4 members of the Steelrose Expeditionary League named Agony, Cog, Brennos, and Amadeus down through this very beautifully lit chamber. At the center, eventually the staircase kind of opens up and you can see down into the chamber, and you can see this beautiful blue crystal hovering at the center of a very elaborate series of crystal geodes at its base, some chains wrapped around it, and then a giant and magic rune circle around it. Emanating in this chamber, likely from the crystal itself, is this very relaxing kind of whale song. What is not relaxing is that you see all these cloud giants?
I see a few.
The stairwell is chock full of cloud giants. They all have weapons at the ready. They all seem nervous. Many of them weren't wearing armor, maybe to suggest that they... Yeah, but an 18-foot tall, several thousand-pound villager is like of great concern.
It's a big problem.
They are moving out of the way for Mago as he does ask them to depart. They keep griffins as somebody would keep a small dog as a pet. And there are some griffins that are down below. It's like they pulled back in a defensive position. You would have had to fight all the way up through these stone giants to get at the throne room where you're being brought. They seem to show difference to Mago, as he's allowed to get all the way up to this first guard. Now, the Skyreach Cloudguard are not wielding the oversized morning stars that the other cloud giants are wielding. They are wielding oversized... Oh, I don't know what would be bad. Faux shards?
Battle axes.
Yeah, so mace, basically a D10 becomes what when it's turned into a gargantuan?
A D10 becomes 2D8 for large. It becomes 4D6 for huge. It becomes 4D8 for gargantuan.
Faux shards are reach and trip weapons. These guys seem to be able to wield them so that they could pull them in to not be reach as well. How many? 2D?
4D8.
4D8. Okay. They're wielding massive pole arms. Stop. I am the Chancellor of our king. The king is dead. Yes, and I wish to speak to those who, might need my counsel. Who are they? They are the ones we entered a truce with. There is no more truce. Let them in. Maga pauses for a moment. Two Skyreach Cloudguard that are armored cloud giants push open the doors and let Mago in. I suggest you follow close behind.
Yeah, we're...
Sitting upon the throne is a cloud giantess of stunning humanoid beauty. She seems quite confident. Give me perception checks for Cog, Agony, Brennos, and Amadeus. Well, first you see one cultist is completely lying prostrating towards the throne, like he's begging. He's like
Please.
Yeah, please.
We didn't mean to do the bad thing. 36.
Anyone else?
Cog got 40.
Okay.
Mark, I think you're muted.
Yeah, I got a mere 35 with a plus 32.
He's got a 21. He's just surrounded by giants. He's ready for a fight. He doesn't notice anything. Okay. The people who broke 30 notice that there is a collar, a giant size, a cloud giant size collar. It was very nice looking. It's just lying broken off to the side of the seat. Amadeus notices that this two-headed griffin in the corner is actually kind of scratching at this wall like it's frightened and wants to leave this area.
Ghosts might be nearby. Animals are scared of ghosts, right?
Hey, they can be.
That thing wants out of here.
Amadeus also has really good sense motive, right?
Yes, his sense motive is plus 31. Would you like me to roll?
I want you to roll a sense motive.
51.
There is a absolute supreme confidence rolling off of this very stern giant who knows exactly what she's doing.
I don't think she needs our help.
We still need to come to an accord.
Did anyone break 40 on their perception check?
Can't do.
Come get.
But I'm going to send you a note.
Okay.
I
she's
think
freaking possessed.
I have a
isn't she?
feeling I know what's happening. I have a guess.
These giants are closing the door after you all stand in.
Oh,
Mago approaches and you guys are like right on his...
Yep.
Mago. Just so his friends can hear.
Princess Zania, bow! She says. Mago seems... caught off guard by that. And then he lowers his head and actually gets down to one knee.
Brennos.
This is not the demeanor of the Princess of Tale.
Brennos.
You were told to bow to our queen.
Do you bow to ghosts? And Cog takes a defensive stance.
Kill them.
You're welcome, guys.
Wow, we really do need the hat guy for this crap, don't we?
The ghost
Hey,
is
we need the
taking
hat
over
guy.
the ghost
Fancy
is
pants.
taking over the princess.
She's possessed. Yeah, I was like
You're to spill the enemy's secret right off the bat. Yep, she's gonna fucking... Okay.
Well, I based off of the situation and the demeanor, that was what Adam was jumping to. That was the conclusion Adam was jumping to.
Yeah, but Cog's got shit in diplomacy.
Oh, it's great.
Well,
Hey, it's a ghost.
It's a ghost. Oh no.
we'll have to just beat her mercifully.
Okay, so how do the bands... Do my bands help with this?
Help with what?
Bane
What
Undead?
You
bands?
need to get the ghost out first.
Yeah, you got to get the ghost out.
So she's
What
got to
would
go
be helpful
unconscious?
is if you have a protection from evil extract. That
No,
would
I
be
do.
helpful. Yeah, you that's probably a good thing to have.
So Marty,
Mm-hmm.
She's or no. Sunny
long
cast a
did-
20-hour protection from evil on
Oh.
me.
You're good then.
How long? I believe it's a magic circle. It's
The
magic,
magic circle against evil.
How?
Nice.
My brain has just gone like putt putt bang.
Sorry.
How?
How do you do?
Good sir, and
How long
you?
did it take to get from the when?
Yeah, I
they
know.
left
So
initiative?
there's the sounds of fighting outside. This took like 3 rounds to get here, and 1 round of talking before initiative.
Well,
was
no, we had
rolled.
to get into the thing, right?
Yeah.
We didn't exit that battle until round what?
So
It was like 3 rounds down the stairs, 1 round of talking. So we're 4 rounds from where we exited screen left or whatever.
Yeah, 3 rounds to kind of push your way past all the giants.
1 round to talk.
1 round to talk. So this is
Immediately just went for initiative.
this is so after 5 rounds, the fight outside will complete basically. So I'm gonna make a marker here that we need to roll for initiative after 5 rounds. For Sunny, Widget, Thurgrim, and Slake. Yeah. All right, Agony is the first to go, and there is a cultist here. Sorry, I need to put the cultist back on there. Oh, cult survivors, I got them. Okay, and Barnabas is in here. Let's get rid of that, and Eamon's not here.
Eamon's not here.
Get rid of that. These guys are the Skyreach. Skyreach. Cloudguard. Because they have different stats from the other guys. Where are the stats? Give me a second. So many giants. Oh, yeah, at the bottom there were also some stone giants, but they were at the bottom of the stairs, and a couple of them looked different from the other crew.
Oh, this is
perhaps
Curly and Mo, the ones we were told about. I
Yeah.
don't remember their real names, but
So there were some stone giants down with the griffins, like this. There was a cadre of 6 of them, and then Curly and Mo, which is Wiglaf and Hold. So I will keep the stone giants on the initiative list because they may start moving up to help their masters, the people who pay them. All right, Agony is the first. He did not spot a lot of the craziness going on in the room, but he was ready for combat, so Agony is going to defensively cast a mirror image because this room's full of wrong.
a spell would have been nice, but okay. That's fine. And understandable.
You can do haste last round. We're like talking about he's using his second level sorcerer spell.
Really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, he
Well, he
didn't
didn't
get to rest, right? 1 for every 3.
Remember,
It's
like,
actually
we cleared
5.
that whole dungeon.
Yeah.
That was the same day. We cleared the caves on this day. Amadeus didn't look like this when he blast prepped his spells.
Yeah.
Bunch of images come off, so that was 1 attack. And then I guess
Oh no, did we get a rest in there? No, I don't think we did.
he didn't because you guys got quick rests in there.
Yeah,
And he fought that
Wasn't-
night
he-
against
we didn't
the
have the sleeping ring
Yeah.
attuned yet.
Yep. Does he take a swing at the cloud guards, or what do you think?
Or maybe get out of there.
Or
Fly up, or
just ready to disrupt somebody. Like, if you've got one action left, you don't need to necessarily swing. You can just take it ready to.
Yeah, he's got 2 actions. He could breathe on these 3 cloud guards. I think he'll do that. He'll use one of his breath weapons. Oops.
Just squeaking by cog.
All right, he cracks off some dragon fire, 43 damage, and these cloud giants get 3 reflex saves. Agony's reflex save is 25, so he burns 2 of them badly.
Blue warrior burns badly.
And the one in front made his save, kind of hopped over it. 1 damage. Like Agony was on edge coming in here. Not that you guys weren't. Amadeus.
All right, Amadeus is going to.
Welcome back, Mark.
Get him!
Run in
It wasn't
there.
even a chance at diplomacy.
I'll run in there and grab her.
Wow. Didn't take long.
Well, I know who's getting their ass kicked for this round.
Oh, and spending my last mythic point on mythic combat expertise.
You're gonna want to have some
Because
AC,
people will be trying to hit me, including a ghost.
including a ghost. Yeah.
All right, so 1d20.
Okay. She has a CMD of 50.
I can do that.
She's partial prone, 48.
And flat-footed?
Flat-footed would give her, yes, another 3, so 45.
Holy decks.
47.
That beats her CMD. Just he launched a bunch of tentacles around her neck and arms and.
And we are trying to make it uncomfortable, so we are going to.
This is how
One
we do
con,
diplomacy.
one wisdom.
1 con, 1 wisdom. Okay, so
Whose memories does he get?
So the DC is, because she's higher level, I need a level check. Let's do 20 plus level.
All right, plus 14, forget it.
Okay, no, you don't get any memories this time, but you are injuring Zania. Your tongue lashing out. And breaks flesh.
My tongue! Haha!
Alright, the princess's turn. She is going to attempt to break this grapple.
Okay.
Bullshit. Because that's instinctually what people do. She's gonna.
It's usually the first thing people try.
She's gonna try to swat Amadeus away. 42.
Nope.
And then
He's like a face hugger on there. Just.
I think cloud giants have slams. Yeah. So she's just gonna backhand Amadeus.
Okay.
So this would be 31 minus 5 for secondary attack, and then a penalty for being a grapple, maybe? Or no?
No, there's no penalty to hit the person who's grappling.
Minus 2 to punch him.
AC 41
Oh.
with the punch.
No.
Yeah, just minimize anything that's being
And
not,
then the last time, she's going to try to break the grapple again. No, she's going to stand up from the throne. Because all those were at minus 2s. And that incurs an AOO.
I'm not gonna take it.
Okay. She stands up and the tentacles of your hands pressing in there, your tongue lashing out. And,
Actually, you know what? I take that back. I am gonna take it.
Okay.
There's a slim chance I could stun her with a stunning fist. So
that would be useful.
Yeah. We've got really no bonuses going, so just
Our
Yeah.
bonus guy, no. And our backup bonus guy is also in there.
yeah. So plus 33.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
AC 49.
Oh, that hits her. Yep.
Okay. Does she take acid damage?
Yep.
Fog rim.
Okay. Aside from the acid damage, this is non-lethal.
Okay.
And the damage, sorry, plus.
Oh yeah. Amadeus is lawful neutral.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sonny did a thing.
34 damage. Oh, but 5 of that is lethal.
So 29 and non-lethal, and 5 lethal.
Oh, and she has to make a fortitude save. Probably don't roll a 1.
Everything.
Yeah, don't roll 1. She doesn't roll 1.
No.
Okay, you kind of slapped her under her chin, left a little acid mark. She,
AC 24.
her very beautiful and probably most peaceful looking face is wrinkled in such ways that that Amadeus thinks that another force is at work here now. Now that you're up close,
Just consider me your new crown.
there's giant goose pimples all around her flesh, and she's really cold to the touch. And there's something moving around behind her eyes. Now that was her turn. The cultist survivor. How dare you touch our patron! How dare!
Matron.
Yeah, I guess it would be matron. He doesn't get that wrong because he serves a female goddess. So,
Yeah.
How dare you touch our matron! How dare! And he's going to roll out of the way a little bit as he tries to get up. He actually curs an AOO from Amadeus.
He
because
already took my AOO.
Because
Right, well, yeah, he just basically.
stepping is
Nah, he's not going to
crawling
fully
is
step.
a thing.
He kind of he's trying to get up. You took your AOO. Mago does not have combat reflexes. It's not his turn yet. Okay, and then this cult leader is going to cast a spell at Amadeus.
Okay.
To
Is it
prove
fireball?
that's not fireball. To prove that the cult is worth still as an ally.
Magic miss.
I'm just gonna roll to see if he has to roll. You don't have like SR or anything like that.
No.
Okay, a black ray projects from his finger.
Okay.
well, this is going to be real funny.
If you don't have precise shots.
Kill the cultists! Sweet.
Actually, we bubble trade them, cultists.
Okay, he's gonna ray of exhaustion. Amadeus. He
Okay.
does not have precise strike.
That's unfortunate, I guess.
20 plus 12. He hits AC 17 touch.
Well, you missed by 20 without the cover.
Okay, and you're using her as cover, so this is actually trying to hit her.
Yep. I got to make a roll for that, though. She's got...
She's big.
Yeah, I haven't held her for a full round, so it could be... No, not one. I don't guess.
Nope.
Do it.
So it just
Okay,
misses.
so it just sort of strikes the throne that she stood up from. The guards aren't pleased that there's a wizard casting spells in her direction.
He's trying to kill the queen.
Brennos.
Does it look like the guards are threatening?
Let me check.
Like, are they flat-footed?
Yeah, let me
Facing
check. Let me check these guys. Weird. Oh no, that's her. No, they're flat-footed.
Okay, I'm going to cast Divine Power. I'm going to judge this entire situation horse shit.
Oh shit!
Barnabus says this is bullshit. And then I'm going to. I have a feeling these guards are all just going to be a problem. So I'm going to whack this guard.
It's a good feeling. It looks like they have not. You get the sense that they are well trained on top of also being giants.
Sorry, guys, my kid's a little sick. I'll be back in a few minutes, okay?
I'm going to try to hit him non-lethally for this time. And if I miss, every attack after that's going to be lethal. Every single one. All right.
Yeah, the full plate wearing giants are probably going to be a problem.
Yep. All right. Critical threat.
Yep.
AC 50.
Yep. Critical hit.
Standard crit.
Hey, D6 to a random ability score.
So yeah, the so con. 2 con.
This is against this one, right?
It's, the one I can reach.
Okay.
This guy. And I have a mythically keen weapon right now, so it's 3 times damage.
Oh,
let me see if I got all this.
dommage.
C'est dommage. 10, 26, 30, 44, 44, 48, 48, 52, 52, 54. All right, that's correct. So this is 2d6 becomes 66 plus 2d6 Bane plus 54 times 3 is 162. 193 points of non-lethal damage. And 2 con.
193 non-lethal. Okay. He doesn't have 193 hit points left. I don't think.
Pass out?
Save or pass out? Sure. I'm just doing some quick con math. No, he's still conscious. And then the pass out.
Then I'm going to yell at him.
You actually took the flat of your blade and kind of where you're standing and the angle, you hit him with the sun don't shine, the flat of the blade. Oh! Oh!
Okay, I'm then going to intimidate him.
All the males in the room go, ooh!
I could have turned the sword. You could have changed the octave of your voice, sir. Alright, so 1d20 plus 34 plus 4 plus 3 plus 6. 53 on the intimidate.
Oh. Okay, the difficulty of this would be 34.
Okay, so he needs to. So it'll be 4 rounds of shaken, and he needs to make a save or be frightened.
Okay, and the will save.
We'll save DC 23.
Oh, sorry, the DC is a little bit less. I was looking at the wrong giant. The DC would be 26, 20, 31, 32, 33. 33.
Okay.
So you beat it by 20.
There'll be an extra round in there.
Extra round of shaken.
Shaken for 5 rounds,
Okay.
and he has to make a will save or be frightened for D4 rounds.
31.
It's more than 23.
Okay.
But there's a good chance these guys fail that, so
Yep.
hey.
Make him run.
Ah! Shabab!
All right, and that's all Brennos could do.
That was an action to start a thing, a spell, and then the haste attack that the spell grants.
Okay, Clan Stoneskin hears some yelling, and they're starting to make their way up the spiral staircase.
Those guys were hitting with the sharp side of the blade.
Mago looks at this cultist standing in front of him casting spells. Why you?
Step on him.
Yeah, Mako pulls out his Morning Star and starts beating the cultist. He hit on the first one.
I like Mago.
For 20,
Something about his
for 20,
Slytherin looking, I don't know.
27 points of damage. And
You know what I mean.
And then he kind of slips a little bit and took another swipe, which the cult leader dodged. He had to take out his weapon, so he's still on one knee, but he's like swatting at the cultist. Ah! Cog.
Life's gonna get real interested real quick. Don't worry, boys. It's been 3 seconds. We just have another 4.5 rounds to go before heals are available.
The thing is, they're so big, so there might be some spacing issues that actually come to your advantage.
Right. You can only really be wailed on by 3 or 4 of them at a time. If you use Mago as a shield, really you've only got enough surface area for like 2 guys to whack at you. Maybe 3.
Only so many people can try to stomp the same age.
Ahmed's not there
Yeah.
right now.
I
I
know.
want to take at this moment to pee.
Okay.
So I will not pull a stupid face. I will try to look normal.
Yeah, for some reason,
We're going.
VC after you pause your video is just capturing images instead of gray screening. Very confusing if we step away. As a DM too, I have your little head, so I can see your reactions, and I'm not detecting like when I'm only half paying attention when you guys are there or not.
It's kind of helpful when Ahmed
Yeah.
goes, because you know.
When he goes AFK, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the pain. There will be pain.
Oh, there's a lot of meat on the other side of the door.
Oh, over here?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I think Brennos getting a cloud giant as a follower is a pretty fun idea.
Is he taking leadership or?
Well, if he takes leadership, at 14th level, you could have a 12th level cohort, right?
Yeah.
Cloud giants are CR 12.
Oh, yeah.
So Mago as a cohort for Brennos.
The linkage between people.
Right.
My beard is mighty, yet I am wee, and your beard is wee, yet you are mighty.
So I avoided slapping. Originally, Mago had a bunch of class levels. I avoided slapping on class levels because he basically is cohortable at this point.
Yeah, if he was that, plus like a 15th level sorcerer or something, that's a 10th level sorcerer, it would become much more difficult. None of the creatures in this room are cloud giant, right? So if I went and like just looked at cloud giant and mulled over that concept,
they're all cloud giants.
I mean, that's okay. I'll look at it afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm not trying cheap. I look at the stat block. I'm just wondering what Mago can do.
Well, he hit the cultist once for 27 damage and then missed. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He's kneeling. He's got like a robe on. So
Yeah.
should be a spell component pouch somewhere.
Sorry, guys.
The starting stat array for cloud giants is
I'm assuming pretty good.
Did
this.
Cog already have his?
It's
search?
Cog's go. That's why we're waiting.
It's Cog's
Sorry,
go.
yeah, kids.
They
had
are
like
flat-footed. Take advantage.
I kind of want to aim at the queen first.
Queen is not flat-footed.
I can still.
You still have key points left to hop.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the day, really, for Cog. We had one fight.
And his fight was different than
I was watching. I was watching shit.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna use a mythic point to use my piranha strike without taking a minus to attack.
Okay.
Uh,
You get into a
so
stance.
I already entered before I said queen is a like. Ha! She's a ghost.
No.
No,
No. Okay.
I had to go. We all had to do stances.
Action. I hop here. I hop here. I
Oh.
hop here. Here. So there's 1, 2.
Okay,
three.
you're gonna stand inside that blue flame, or you're gonna go off to the side a little bit.
What blue flame? Oh, I want to flank. Actually, I'll just go over here. I hop a little bit further out because I have reach. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll end up here. So you guys, there's one here. There's one here. There's one up here. So mythic point, that's free. An action to do my thing. Hop
to
around is
enter
an
your
action.
crane stance.
To
Is
enter
that
my
what you're
crane
trying to
stance.
say- You're trying to say?
Sorry, yeah. Should I even bother with that? You know what? I'm not gonna bother entering my crane stance.
Okay.
Okay.
37.
Just if ever there was a room to be in crane stance, I feel like this is it.
Yeah.
He's just balling
Brennos
right now.
like, the queen stance. He doesn't even know what to fucking do. He's gonna fall down.
Okay. And then we're gonna flurry the queen because I really think we need to get that ghost out of her. I get close to her. There's a magic circle against evil on me.
Okay, what's the radius?
10 foot.
I'm right next to her.
10-foot radius.
Okay, so it's not enough to get all of her being.
It's not usually how spells go, but
Oh, she can
it
hide
might be
the.
fun. It's probably a mythic ghost. So.
I think she gets another saving throw. Is basically what you're saying.
It's just a saving throw, yeah. But hold
Yeah.
on, it's 10
It
feet,
doesn't
and I had
prevent
an
it, it just-
I had an
yeah.
image here. It's a how long? How what's the size of the radius? Because there's an image of me up here. So does that image also have the?
No.
Oh, okay.
For a brief moment, it did, but no.
She has
She does
what-
get another saving throw. So the DC of the possession for this ghost is.
Now that she's got some wisdom damage from being sucked on, and you have DM points.
So the cloud giant oligarch oracle, who is now a ghost. Ghost grant bonuses to charisma. Sorry, once we figure out this DC, we. Stop sending me to the sample. I want the template. Ghost.
Also, am I flanking with Amadeus?
You are.
You should be, yeah.
There you are.
Okay, Ghost, give a +4 charisma. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. 10 plus half hit dice is 24. Plus charisma with an item is 34.
You can do it! Come on, Briseis! Cut the ghost head off.
All right. The prince is also a high level caster with a little bit of wisdom damage. She rolls a 31 on her save.
Hold on. I'm considering her an ally. I don't have Barnabus to give me the bonus. Shit.
So she gets a +1, which means
She gets
that
a +1, which
she
is
gets
32.
a 32.
Does she have any mythic points?
And then does she have a resistance item?
Does she have any resistance items?
It's
Because
already
the magic circle provides a resistance.
It's already part of her build. The Cloak of Resistance +3 trumps your magic circle. Yep.
Cloak of resistance, my might.
That's okay.
And she's not mythic. They came to
Is
this
there
valley
any
Here
way-
to get mythic.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there any way to help her?
If you had a bard song with a saving finale,
If you just had a bard song at work.
Well, we've got another.
Margot, sing right now.
Sing now, but I'm not a pawn.
Okay, I'm gonna non-lethally attack her.
okay.
Flurry. What's her AC?
33 with the grapple is 31.
Okay, 2 hits. First one's a possible critical. Critical.
Okay.
Standard additional effect bleed 1. I don't want the bleed.
You
wanna
should have rolled the crit.
Yeah, you rolled the crit, so she's got the bleed.
Tough.
You punched her really hard non-lethally, and now she's got a nosebleed or internal bleeding or
It's
something.
all right. Okay, so now I don't get to add any of the bonus from undead, right? The bane.
Nope. She is
You're not punching an undead.
You are punching a living giant woman.
4d8
You are
plus.
currently punching the princess.
A cloud giantess oligarch of or priestess of these people. A hero queen of the ordning.
76. Oh, actually plus 2d6 from non-lethal. So the 76 sneak and the 2d6 non-lethal, those don't multiply, right?
Oh, I don't know with your mythic sneak.
No,
Mythic
with myth.
What happens with?
But so the 2d6 non-lethal is coming from the
That-
actual bands. Did
That comes
those
from the bands that won't multiply.
That will multiply.
Okay.
The sapping or whatever it is.
Does she have any DR, Marty, or can I just
No,
roll?
she's just a big giantess.
So I'll roll everything together. So 46 plus another 2d6 or 2d8. I mean, so 6d8 plus another that is 78. 70 plus
Oh, you can
14d6.
spend a mythic point to sneak creatures that are not sneakable.
Yeah. Plus 4d6. Here you go. So how much? 161.
This is non-lethal or lethal?
This is non-lethal.
Holy Jesus.
Okay, she's hurt badly because of that. Very badly.
How is your face?
Now,
Oh, here's the thing.
I'll use
I don't
gonna-
know if this is going to get any better. I think
I'm gonna
it'll
use
get worse.
a key point to attack again.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure I spend it. So 2 key points and another attack.
I wonder how the diplomacy's going.
To hit.
4 seconds.
2d8 plus 26
Because
plus
of the
76.
grapple, you hit. Yes.
Yep, 2d8 plus 26 plus 76 plus 2d6.
you end the last one.
67 damage.
Just normal damage.
This is non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Yep.
257.
Cog hasn't had the chance to unleash. It's always
Unleash
been.
the pain.
Yeah, I've been down. It's always. Oh, you're fighting a ghost or a construct or a rock or some shit. That thing's
Okay,
fucking
so
critical.
you've bloodied her, and then for her remaining hit points, you bloodied her again.
One squeeze from Amadeus, if we get there, will unleash the true final boss.
Skyreach Cloudguard. While they're big, they're strong, they're scary, they are a little slow to react.
Oh shit! Yeah,
And
CIA guys or whatever, the Secret Service. These are not.
defend the queen, bro.
I'm over here.
They're reach with their
I'm the
polearms.
guy who's just pummeling her, so hopefully it'll come for me.
Oh, there's also the guy who's jerseying her.
Yeah, these 4 are moving forward to attack Amadeus, not once but twice.
Okay.
Tell me if any of them hit you.
AC. They need to hit AC 50.
It's better than mine, dude.
That's while grappling.
Thanks, Ned.
That's while grappling. Yeah.
His AC doesn't go down while grappling.
Yeah.
Oh, flank. With the flank, they have to roll that 20s.
Okay, keep them fighting you because Brennos is dead. Right there. That's a dead Brennos thing.
Yeah, they're all trying to stab and slash at
Can you get
Amadeus
the
with
queen?
their forwards.
Yes.
Can you get the queen in front of you? Take one of the hits.
Already did that.
Yeah, I can't do that again.
All right, and then their
okay.
secondary attacks, they're basically rolling for 20s, and there are no 20s. So Amadeus face tanks the royal guard of the
Cogs.
giants.
The image beside you is clapping.
Okay.
All right. So this one moves forward, and this one's right next to Brennos, and they have the ability to like use their forwards really close. So he just kind of like pulls up the forward. So the business end is really he's like got a very high grip, and he's just stabbing down at you. And then this one's gonna move forward and hit Brennos twice. So this guy's got 3 attacks. This guy's got 2.
Giants, AC 42.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
I don't get flanked though. They
Yep.
can't flank me unless they're
Yep.
really good rogues.
Yep. So first attack, Brennos. AC 45.
That's more than 42.
Okay. Can you give me a sec? I want to see if I actually do. I have to be right next to you or just reach?
47
my
damage.
Guardian. Abundance.
Through my DR, I believe.
No, they don't get through your DR. So
I think it's just DR. DR3. Nice.
okay, second attack.
Okay.
AC 34.
Misses.
Third attack. AC 29.
Misses.
All right, the 2 attacks from the guy who moved in. AC 46.
That hits.
Give me a second. Fauchards are 18 through 20 crit weapons. They are exotic, horrible polearms. They're like the top of the evolution of polearms.
Okay.
I'll roll to confirm critical. Not a crit.
Crit.
You get tagged for 37 damage before DR.
Okay, so 30.
And then his second attack is AC 26. Missed. Alright, so these 4 have attacked. These 2 from the north are attacking Brennos. And then these 2 from the south. It's going to 5-foot step so this guy can move in, and Agony's getting the rest of the attacks.
It's Agony's AC.
I'm looking that up right now.
So I'm going to AOO this guy for the audacity of approaching me.
Of approaching you? Okay, so you're like swinging at his knees. You're like, oh.
These guys hit too hard.
Alright.
So just stay away from me. Stay away from all of us. Goddamn dead thing. I'm on a 5th circle spell.
You should GTFO if you can.
Well, where's
To the corner or some shit.
there's more fighting to be done this day.
Yes, there is.
AC 42.
Yeah, you hit the giant in the knee.
All right, so 46 plus 54, 68 damage.
Okay. Injuring him.
Plus 6 plus 3 plus 4. 60 on the intimidate check.
Okay, he needs to make a
It'll be shaken for 6 rounds.
will save.
And
27.
He's not frightened, but it is a -2 to hit.
Oh yeah, some of those hits, 45 would have still hit when it became a 43, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give the shaken ones some indications that they're shaken. And then he makes a save. 27 makes it. Shaken for 6 rounds.
Yeah, we shake it for 6 rounds.
Okay, and then this guy's shaken, ticks down by 1. keeping track in their labels. All right, so yeah, now there's a bunch of attacks on Agony. We were looking up Agony's AC. Agony's AC is 39 before shield and mage armor, which would be 47.
Pretty good.
There is a flank with one guy's attacks. He had to move in.